What's up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this video from and when you're watching this video. Let's quickly jump to my render settings, right? Um, some of my friends reached out to me as to what kind of settings do I use for my Blender. So I want to show you. First, let me turn on my turbo. All right. So yeah, I want to show you the render settings that I use for most of my work, especially the design has to do with like animation and stuff, and it's not just a basic design or whatnot. But yeah, I think this does not even have it does not have, what's it called? Let's quickly go to shading. Shading. All right, let me look for it. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Pudding. All right, so I'll go back to layout. All right, so this is what we're working with, right? So now for your render settings, very simple and straightforward. What you want to do is, the first thing you want to do is you want to check that your render, if you're using cycles, your render device, if you have like a GPU, you can just turn on GPU, right? So that way it runs like faster. And another thing you want to do is, I think this is like a common knowledge for anyone that is just starting Blender, is to come to preference, and under preference you would go to what's it called? What is this again? Is this system? Yeah, system. So at the moment I'm using optics, and that's because my system, I have an RTX 3060. Yeah. If you have like a G a GeForce or something like that, you can use this CUDA, right? But if you have like an RTS, you can use this particular one. But yeah, the default settings is usually none. But yeah, just go and switch it from none to this particular one, and you're good to go. And that's like just the basic settings that you have. Now, when it comes to the render settings itself, let me check. Where are you? Sometimes I miss it up. So yeah, render settings, I'm currently there. So under render settings, you can turn on all these ones. What we are interested in is the render itself. Now currently we have our noise threshold for 0.01, right? But I did some research like some months back when I was trying to do this car animation render, and it was taking ages to render just one frame. So what I do now is this: I just leave my maximum sample as 126 and my noise threshold as 0.5. Again, this is just a personal stuff based on several research I've done, right? Some persons will tell you that no, don't change your noise threshold, change other things, and they are right, because again, there are several things you can do to make your render faster, but this is the one that I've been able to like learn so far. If I get newer ideas or newer ways to like render fast, definitely I will try it. So yeah, I would use my noise threshold 0.5, max sample 126. Ensure your denoise is on, and ensure the denoiser is open image denoise, Aberdo and normal. Just make sure it is like this. So the next thing you want to then do is this. So most times, because you have this 0.5 as your noise threshold, it's usually what's it called? The resolution is a bit somehow. So based on that, you can then increase your resolution to times 2. Just put times 2, and for this as well you can put what's it called? What is the times again? Times 2. I wrote it 2 times 2. All right, so now that we have this, you can then render. Let's try to render an image. Now again, all this depends on the kind of system you're using, right? So but with these settings, you'll be able to like work with a faster render compared to what you had before, right? Another thing is this: there's something you can turn on, which is like the GI optimization or something, but I would not advise that. But what it does is it helps you to like whatever it is that has been rendered in the previous frames, and it is repeated in other frames, it keeps record of that. But yeah, I would not advise that. But you can see it took us 34 seconds to render this particular shirt, right? And you can see it is 4K, right? It is 4K, so it's not the usual distance, it's higher resolution. So yeah, imagine if you spend 34 seconds on one frame, right, and you have like 250 frames. I think it would be far better than you spending like a minute, 2 minutes, or even sometimes 4 minutes on one frame, right? So yeah, try your best to test out this render settings and see how it would work with your project. And if it still does not work, you can then check out YouTube and check for other amazing creators out there that are talking about render settings and all. But yeah, this is basically the settings I use for my animation, for my general model designs and stuff like that. Yeah, and if this helps you, give me a comment, like and share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.